Hey there everybody, I'm back for my second video. I didn't think I'd be back this quick. Um, had some viewers, some subscribers, and a few commenters on my first video. Thank you to those people. I have no grand plans of having tons of followers or whatever, just having fun doing it. But thank you for encouraging me and all that. Second of all, let's see. It kind of goes without saying, I think, from my first video, you're not going to probably see anything mind-blowing on this video as far as amazing cards. So I'm just sharing my collection and my thoughts. There's amazing, great YouTube people that you will learn much more about baseball and much more about baseball cards from than me. So I know I don't really need to say that, and I'm just going to do my thing, but you know, my baseball knowledge and my card knowledge is moderate, I guess. So anyways, I was going to do a different video for my second one, but I went to a small baseball card show over the weekend, and it was at a card store, and it was free admission, which was cool, and it was not big, but not too small. It was a pretty good amount of people selling there, and so I figured I'd show some stuff that I got there. Didn't spend too much money, fortunately. Got something at the end that's going to blow your mind, and I'm saying that very sarcastically. So this show was mostly not vintage cards, hardly any. I bought stuff from two people, and mostly from one. The majority of the show was Pokemon cards and modern baseball, modern basketball and stuff. But it's always cool when there's a few vintage people selling stuff. So I'll get right to it. The guy that I bought a bunch of stuff from, bought this. I'm leaving the price tags on there for now. I'll switch it out later. But Luis Aparicio, 1966. He had some good cards that were in the $15, $20, $25 range. And off the top of my head, I don't know, is that a good deal? Is it not a good deal? And then I get kind of self-conscious about pulling out my phone and looking up prices of stuff. So I usually stick with the lower dollar cards in that situation, because I figure a $3 card, a $5 card, you know, I'm not overpaying probably by much or at all when you consider eBay shipping and everything. So got that one. This checklist with Don Drysdale on it. I believe it's 1969. I get these late 60s checklists mixed up. Got the checklist used, which that's cool with me. Whitey Herzog. My first Whitey Herzog card of him as a player. I had some as a manager. '66 Jim Cott. Don Larson. '65. '66 Juan Marshall. And a 1960 Mini Minoso. Joe Morgan. Whoa, stuff is falling. Tony Perez, got some big red machine going on, although Morgan was on Houston at that time. And this Birdie's Young Sluggers with Frank Robinson. I feel like I know baseball history pretty decently, but I never heard of this manager. Bertie Tebbetts. I think this card was, these multiplayer cards still trick me up a little bit on the year. I think it was a 1958 card. Ron Santo All-Star from '68. Rival League Relief Aces, Hoyt Wilhelm, who's a Hall of Famer, and Roy Face, who my dad always told me growing up in Pittsburgh that he watched him play. So I always love to see Roy Face, because I have memories of a kid from my dad telling me about him. Dick Williams. It's fun to have cards to me of these guys that I knew as managers, but then you see them as players. Like Dick Williams, remember when he was a manager for a lot of years. and a Yastrzemski 1972. So that's all the stuff I bought from that one guy, and those totaled up to 43. Handed him the stack. Like most people at shows, he was willing to take less without me even saying anything. Sometimes I'll say, hey, what can you do on that? And I don't know, I'm finding most guys just discount it already. I was figuring 43, he's going to say, give me 40, and I was going to be happy with that. And he said, how about 35? So I said, great, and I took it. 35 for those. Not bad. And then the only other things I bought, I'm kind of a sucker for the cheapo boxes, quarter boxes and stuff like that. I figure, hey, I'll find 4 things and spend $1. So my main collecting days ended in about 91, a little bit 92. So when I see stuff like Bagwell 92 Donruss for a quarter, Jack Morris for a quarter, Mike Mussina for a quarter, and then one from my collecting days that just was a year I didn't have a lot of Donruss, Burt Blyleven. So I got those 4 for $1. So why not? So I'm going to move these out of the way a bit more. So the store that this show was at, I was browsing around the store with my kids a bit before we left, and boy, I don't know if this is even going to fit in the camera. This is like the height of junk wax junk, I guess, but I couldn't pass it up because of the price. So they had, I'm going to move this camera back, hopefully not drop it. 1990 Baseball's 100 Hottest Players. This value pack contains 100 Hottest Players book and 100 cards. And it's Score, the brand Score. And I have plenty of 1990 Score cards, but these are not, like, these are special, quote unquote, special cards for this set. They're not the normal 1990 Score cards. So got Kirby Puckett sticking out up here. And on the back, they tell you all the players. So after I bought it, I was like, hey, I think there's like 19 Hall of Famers. So I haven't, I kind of cracked it open, but didn't really pull it open all the way. So I figured, as you see, $1, and it was $12.95 at the time. So I'm like, hey, these are a penny a card. They're worth, quote unquote, worthless cards, but that's $1. I'm going to get these cards. So this is my first time actually taking a look at this book. This is so low tech. Sorry for this bad technology. Oh, that's pretty nice. Little informational stuff on each player. That's pretty cool. I didn't know what it was going to be inside this book exactly. That's pretty cool. And then it's got all the cards. Just open this middle one. John Smoltz, Phil Bradley, Bonilla, McCaskill, Rigetti. Hey, Bo Jackson. Even guys who aren't Hall of Famers that, hey, I'll take a Bo Jackson card for a penny. I don't know if that's just me. I did see some of these on eBay that sold for $5, $6, $8. So I guess I did pretty good for $1. Alan Trammell, Nolan Ryan. Anyways, Fred McGriff, new Hall of Famer. So that was a fun little pickup from the actual store that the show was at. So that was my whole dealio with the baseball card show. Next time I'll be back, probably showing more of my collection of different sets that I have at least one card from, as I'm trying to get as many different sets as possible, at least one guy, and even if it's a common. So I'm going to kind of start showing that, I think. But thanks for watching again. Have a good one.